Okay, yes. So after this, you're going to have a 15, 20 minutes movement by yourself now. So what you're just going to do is to look at the artwork, especially those that are downstairs majorly, what we just saw, the ones downstairs, that best speaks to you, and then you approach it from a very poetic perspective. Be original. Let it reflect what MIRRO exhibition is all about. Let it reflect what the artwork is all about. And let it reflect, most importantly, what our society is all about. So your poetry or your short story should speak to us from the perspective of the exhibition using the artwork about Nigeria. Did I say? Yes. Did I communicate? Yes. Yeah, your poetry or short story should be about MIRRO exhibition, reflect about the artwork, and tell us what our society is all about. Thank you very much. I think you need explanation.
Time is late.
They say no time is late. So this is actually from this. I think these trucks were way back in the 1980s. I think the last time was in the 1990s. So if you're traveling long distance, they are very slow. So that's why no time is late. Wherever he gets, fine. Okay, it's usually very, very slow. Good name is better. They usually have all these things written. Yes, popular acts.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, horn before overtaking.
Speed kills.
Yeah, I think there was a second one that should have been decided.
Look well.
Yeah, stuff like that. So, all right.
Come on, buddy.
Africa, Nigeria, Lagos, are you ready for the biggest reality show?
30 contestants contesting inside the mansion for 60 million worth of prizes. True. Many daily tasks inside the city of Ego. Mona Lisa, are you ready for the biggest, the realest? Let me show you the sweetest reality show coming your way. Yeah. Emergence, oh yeah, tell me, are you ready? Can you run it for 2 months? Oh yeah, step up and run the show. Empire, Africa, Empire, impact your world. Empire, Africa, reality show, impact your world. Empire, Africa, Empire, impact your world.
Africa, Nigeria, Lagos, are you ready for the biggest reality show?
True.
What museums are really about. Galleries are more of like commercial spaces, although they organize exhibitions sometimes, but they are commercial spaces where works are displayed for sale. We are more intentional about using the works for engagement and to make an impact on people through the conversations that we can have. So, are we ready with our stories? Our poems, I don't know who has done poetry or people who have done short stories based on the experience so far. So we are going to be having like a contest where every one of us is going to read what they've written, right? So you're all going to be judged based on 4 different parameters. Number 1 is originality of idea. We want to see how original your idea is, that what you've written about is not something somebody has written about before, right? That this is fresh, it's innovative. So the criteria for originality of idea is uniqueness of your concept and innovative, how you're able to demonstrate innovation in the idea you're going to be sharing in the course of this session. Then expression of thoughts is the second parameter. How you're able to express what you've written, how you can, through your talent and all of that. So clarity of message is very, very key for this. and depth of emotion, okay? We want to see how you're able to bring emotion, while reading out your story or your poem or whatever to us, okay? The third parameter is relation to the exhibition. So because this experience has been centered around the exhibition MIRRO, a dialogue of the Nigerian Society, we want to see how what you're bringing to the stage is connected to this exhibition, right? And the curator has done justice, I believe, and you guys listening to him in the course of the tour. So criteria for this will be relevance to the exhibition themes. There were 5 themes that you people explored in the course of the exhibition: power, women, legacy and future, and all of that. You remember? So we want to see how you're able to bring any of these themes to life in the stories you're telling. And your reflection of visual dialogue, elements of visual dialogue from the exhibition. Okay, some of the paintings and sculptures. Did you spotlight any of them? And was it based on any concept related to the narrative of the exhibition? So then the last parameter is relation to Nigerian society. Now, the exhibition is already on Nigerian society, but we want to see how you're bringing reality of our, Nigerian experience into the story, okay? To make it rich, to make it meaningful, to make it impactful. How is your story addressing what is going on in the society? So the criteria for this is cultural accuracy and social commentary, okay? How socially relevant is the story you've come up with? How is it socially relevant to our times, to the Nigerian experience? Does it make sense? Okay, so all of these has 25%. The 4 parameters, 25% each. And we're going to have 3 judges. I'm going to introduce them now and bring them on stage. Please, we'll welcome them with a round of applause, okay? The judge number 1 is somebody you already know, you have met. It's no other person but the curator himself, the curator and the educator of this museum, this great institution, Mr. Charles Ude. Can we clap for him while he's coming on stage? Mr. Charles, please have a seat. Okay. Then the second person is an amazing lady, okay? He's the chief administrator of this museum. He's been with us for some time. He's a very strong woman, very talented, and she's going to be on the panel of judges as well. Please, let's make welcome Mrs. Glory Okpara. Mrs. Glory Okpara. Mrs. Glory, you're welcome. We trust your judgment and that you're going to do a very solid job. Okay, the last person is my humble self. Mr. Solomon, I'm gonna clap for me now. Okay, so we're familiar with all the criteria, right? So each of them 25%. You're going to be graded on this, and after that, we'll see who emerges first. Who comes tops with regards to this exercise or this task. Are we excited? Yes. Are we excited and ready for this? Yes. Okay, please, let's start. We're going to go row by row. I don't remember all your names, so we'll start from the front seats. Do we prefer to start from the back? No, you don't? You can go first. Okay. So she's not shy to go first. Okay. The name again? Nenza. Nenza. Okay. Please, can we give a round of applause to Nenza? Please, Nenza, come on stage and let's hear what you have.
Empire housemates.
Impact your world.
Impact your world.
Empire housemates.
My name is Nenza Jennifer. I am a presenter, a chef, and a model. I wasn't feeling too good before I came here, but when I got here, a whole lot changed. Starting from when I got into the building and I saw this tree moving, and then I told myself, this tree is shaking despite the wind that was blowing it up. It was still standing firm. Not just because of the wind, but because Mother Nature too was in support of. So a part of me just told myself, you can do this, you are strong, just keep pushing. So right into why we're here. What resonates with me is headlines. And the particular piece or artwork that spoke to me was the one with the lady and a child from the displayed camps. That's the IDP camp. And then it took me down memory lane because I've visited an IDP camp in Maiduguri before. I was there once. So the words that resonate personally with me is greed, humanity, power, pain, helpless, hope, rebirth, new dawn, love, kindness, nature, future. And then I went further to say, this is a segment that does not only tackles crisis, insurgency, but the greed in human nature. The extent others will go just to inflict pain on others. Today's society doesn't think, let me take this again. The society today doesn't think power should be earned by merit, but by blood. And I ask, why do we need to, and I ask, how did we get there? When did we lose our love for humanity? How did we replace kindness for pain? The people in the IDP camp do not deserve the pain and hurt others inflict on them. I am also a Nigerian, the future of tomorrow, and I like my today to be a rebirth, a future that fosters in peace and harmony, where we lead with love and kindness. It begins with me, and it begins with you. So, all of this is just saying that, really and truly, those people do not deserve what they are going through. But it's not like they decide to be there. Someone actually decided that because they do not have a heart, or because they have pain in them, let them inflict, or better still, because of power. Because that is how I see it. I feel like today's society, because of how much people want power, they just want to go inflict pain on others. And this is just me preaching peace and saying that really we don't have to go down that lane. Let's take it back to where we lead by love. If you have to be a leader today, merit it. Let us see that because of the criteria you can be there, not because you use others' blood to get to wherever you're going to. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Elsa. Who is going next? So, it's 3 minutes per person. Elsa has exhausted her own 3 minutes. So let's just keep note of time and track time while we are presenting. So, who's going next? Roxy. Can we have Roxy? Let's cheer him up as he comes. Roxy.
Thank you very much. My name is Roxy Atak. So what I have here is a pictorial reflection of how I see everything about what I have learned today. Impact your world. So this is a universe, and it might be difficult for you all to see from where you are, but if you look at the crown on this beam, it looks like fire. It depicts that there's a lot of power and force coming from this beam. If you are close enough to look at the eyeballs, you will notice that this being is also in tears, which shows empathy and sympathy. And if you look closely, there are some earrings here that depict that this being is Mother Nature, a female. And I'm looking at the lips, of course, and the structure of the being in general. It looks African. And this is the entire universe. The hands of the being holds the sun and the moon. This is where we have planet Earth, Africa, and Nigeria. Of course, this is modernization, which is the satellite. A little depiction of other planets around it, with some meteorites and stars. Now, right here in the map of the world, it is written Al Kerbolan, which is the original name of Africa. And my interpretation of this is that This is titled Black Creator. And from everything that I've done so far today, this was the first picture that came to my head, and I decided to just turn it down. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Get a close. Sorry.
Say that again?
If we could get a close, we.
Oh, yes, of course. Thank you for your work.
Okay. Okay, who is going next? Your name, please. Angela.
Yeah.
Angela Pearl.
Yeah. Empire housemates, Empire so ever since I came to Empire Mansion, there's this urge to always do spoken words. And when I saw this art, I'm not really a spoken word artist, but I always want to challenge myself. So I want to do spoken words. Mirror, mirror, mirror. Today I moved around the Shyllon Museum, where I explored the dynamics of power. Man and machine to probe their ambitions and authority. I still hear what the world desires the most. Power. Mirror, mirror, mirror. My own reflections. Take me back to when I look into the still waters and all I see is the knowledge of me. But then I look around and I see the arts that represent the godfatherism, the illegal stakeholder who has to be in control of me because I lack the knowledge. For even the Bible says, my people perish because of lack of knowledge. And then I looked around and I saw the image of Abike, the spiritual rebels. And because I have experienced a first out of this, I believe the spirituality of Africa, where my stepsister, who dies and comes back every time, for 4 times. And then a spiritualist revealed to us that she died because she was owing debt in her previous life. And then she's paying back with that. And then it resonated to me that spirituality is power. And yes, mirror is knowledge. And knowledge is the real power. Thank you.
Wow. Less than 3 minutes. Well done.
Thank you.
Angela. Okay, your name?
Hi, Empire housemates. Back your word. My name is Maranatha. Yes, and I'm the lead artist. Now, my presentation today is on faith, and I looked at the portraits that was made by Wura Natasha Ubuji, titled Conditions for Flight 2020. Now, this is my perspective of what that art is. It reminds me of the beginning of creation. I saw a man somewhere in the middle. I saw a woman backing a child. I also saw many fishes and what looks like a turtle in that ocean. I saw lands, mountains. I saw what looks like light and darkness and a sunrise. I also saw a fading moon. I saw a flow of what reminds me of the blood of Jesus from the beginning of that painting. And somehow, miraculously, I saw what reminds me of the blood of Jesus somewhere at the bottom of the painting, which made me realize that it actually flowed from the heavens to the earth, according to my faith and beliefs. Now, I also saw, like I said, the face of a woman, and she backing her child. Now, this is my personal commentary. Creation has never felt so lucky to have a God. Regardless of how we believe life began, or who we think is behind creation, we can all agree that there is a God somewhere, and his existence proves that everything has a beginning. Judging from the peculiarity of nature to modern science, man cannot deny the fact that they are a mirror of a divinity that exists where we can't reach for now. He controls, he protects. He is in charge, like I saw from the drawing. What looks like a storm It's simply him reminding us all that he is speaking, because my Bible says he speaks and his voice sounds like thunder. And it's okay to walk through it, because like a skilled pilot, he is able to give us all a safe landing despite the storm. Now to my dear country, Nigeria, to my Nigerian Society, this is me asking you to please allow God to be the pilot of our government, to be the control general of our economy and all sectors. We can all have a safe landing and achieve the safe future our children desperately deserves. Because despite the storm in the land, like I saw from that painting, there is a man in the middle, and that man is God, and he remains in charge. Now, this drawing also inspired me to write a little song I'd like to sing if I still have time.
40 seconds.
In the beginning, before time was born, life was empty, void and breathless. God spoke his voice, it resounded like thunder. He took the mess and shined light through it. He said, "Leave, man, leave, peace come alive, come alive." He said, "Breathe, everything breathe, all in the beginning."
Okay, your name?
My name is Bambi.
Bambi.
Yeah.
Can we work with time, please?
Yes.
Yeah, please, let's take the time.
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So what I do is content writing. I don't call it spoken word, I just call it a piece. So with the artworks I saw today and the exhibition, I came up with this. I feel like every part of the faces on television speaks about power too. So please listen, I'm inspired, as I always say. Power reflects from the defenders and the protectors to the greatest of them all. Great men, who in the dark becomes the skeleton in your cupboard. Behind every great man is the greatest of them all, who selfishly defends and protects self-interest to fatten his own skeleton. Power is the faces of the greatest leader, who with knowledge becomes machine that shapes even time itself, and faith. Faith that questions and counters logic and biology. Faith that becomes our hiding place, that becomes our excuse. Oh, the headlines is disturbing, but to sleep. My excuse is my religion. My excuse is that we don't share the same faith. Oh, the headlines should disturb the arms of power. To escape this disturbance and our conscience, we drive this notion. But our hearts, like that of a mother, a woman, love of a woman, our restlessness becomes our strength. Though, from his perspective, I will dominate. She's fragile. Of a tender age, she can be controlled. She's powerless. But that is her power. You can't see her coming. She bears the future that carries and remembers its legacy. The future that showcases how powerful its culture and heritage is. In pursuit of our future, we remember our legacy. Thank you.
Empire housemates.
Impact your word.
Impact your word.
Empire housemates.
My name is Becky. So I'm going to be talking about the piece of art by Olawumi Banjo. It has a mother and a child, and the mother was crying, and the child was trying to wipe the tears. So when I looked at that art, I just remembered myself, my mom. The very first day I saw her cry, she was surrounded with sorrow, a lot of pain. I saw her win, and she felt like she was losing. I saw her with life, but she felt like she was losing the life. So I could relate a lot from that actual art. I felt like writing, but a lot was going through my head. And then while the child was wiping the tears, I could hear the child speak. It's going to be fine. It's going to be all right. And it's all shame that the country we live in, the economy, is so bad that no one says anything about it. Single mothers, family people, everyone is going through a lot. And I feel like crying when I saw that piece because I saw myself and my mom for the first day, but I could not really expatiate on that piece of art because it's just speaking about me. You know, when you have the power but you're weak, you have everything around you but you feel like there is no one there. So that particular art is 1 in a million. So if you have a mom, please look after her and bless her any minute you can. Thank you.
Empire housemates. Okay. My name is Simply Glad.
Simply Glad.
Yes, thank you. And
Go ahead, sorry.
okay. My piece is inspired by Choice of Freedom. Choice of Freedom written by Olawumi Najo. Immediately I walked up to the artwork, I saw a woman wrapped up in a piece of wrapper, yet standing on thorns, but trying so hard to look out with love. I don't know why the writer of the book titled it Choice of Freedom, but I titled my spoken words The Strength of a Woman, which is what I'm presenting right now. I am a woman, clothed to cover shame, dignity, but yet trying so hard to shine. Because the thorns of life are eager to tear me apart. Brutality, envy, of course, waiting woman, demand. Pulling me down, trying so hard to convince me that being a woman is voiceless, but yet I am a woman. Bold, brave, beautiful, strong, and outstanding. My inner strength reflects in the dark. I am a woman. A star born to shine. Built to stand strong, though in thorns and rejection. Oh yes, I am a woman. Inspired to birth a nation, designed to build men. Stand as a reflection of strength, image of confidence. I am a woman, whose reflection speaks volume. In my eyes lies the strength of men, determination and desire to help the girl child. With deep love in my heart striking through my eyes, with tears rolling down my cheek. Oh yes, I am a woman of virtue.
Yep. Okay. My name is Eze of Lagos.
Eze of Lagos.
Yeah. Empire housemates. Back to your wall. All right. So grateful to be here today. And MIRRO, we are here. So normally I would think always that when you look at a mirror, you see yourself. But I got here and I saw things that are more powerful beyond my reach. And this brought me to the knowledge of power. And the most important of the artwork that actually resonates with me is the piece by Edosa Ejugo titled Godfather. And because this is a wonderful piece and it resonates with what I have always preached, and it is one for me as a piece of art. And from our various life and where I'm from, I've been involved in Godfatherism, in such a system of Godfatherism. Now, I might take you through a vision of what it is about Godfatherism, but I'll have to divert a bit. And this brought me to Empire Mansion reality TV show where I met a wonderful friend of mine who taught me how to sketch indirectly because I was always with him. And then I was able to come by this artwork from the Godfather piece there. Okay, so I'll talk about Godfatherism in the society today. Godfatherism has been a thing that is directly involved, we're directly involved in it or indirectly involved in it. Whether you like it or not, you're answering to someone indirectly or directly in this world. So as it is, I actually have bullet point of a few celebrities that I've actually always wanted to be like, and they've actually lived a legacy, and the future already speaks for them. And I'll always say this also, behind every successful man, there is a woman. So because we have these branches here in this museum, which speaks of power, faith, headlines, and women, and also legacy and future. Now I'll go by speaking about Lionel Messi, the likes of Chris Brown, the likes of Davido, OBO, 30BG for life, the likes of Pep Guardiola, the likes of Michael Jackson, Pele, and Maradona. They all had a legacy, and they all also have godfathers behind their success stories. You might not see it in them, but they have someone they retire to and someone who inspires them. The likes of Lionel Messi, we have the likes of Maradona. Lionel Messi has always been in the shit of Maradona, but now look at Lionel Messi today. He's a wonderful and powerful footballer that we all know. And then behind him is Antoinette, which is the wife. So if Antoinette has not put Lionel Messi or probably shown him love from childhood, Lionel Messi will not be where he is today because he has love with him. And also, we talk about 30BG, OBO for life. We represent OBO, and I'll always speak about him because I love him so much. And I know we have 30BG fans here too that will always love to hear about 30BG. OBO is one-of-one artist in Nigeria right now, and then if not the biggest artist in Africa right now, and all over the world. And he's a kingmaker at the age of 30. So that wouldn't have been achievable. Thank you.
All right.
OG Big Son.
OGB.
Big Son. OGIN Big Son. OG Big Son.
Make it easy.
Yeah.
You're a producer.
Hi everyone, my name is OG Big Son. So I want to try to explain what I felt when I saw the Abiku sculpture. Yeah. Okay. The Abiku is not an ordinary child. It is a child that has unfinished mission and kept coming back to the world just to finish what he or she has started. Sometimes you hear people address a mother in different names and all that. So I'll try to share a story that can explain that much. When I was growing up, during my jam class in Shomolu, there's this woman they call Iya Aja, that's mother to the dog. Me, as a playful child, I love calling her that just to mock her. Like Iya Aja, Iya Aja, Iya Aja. So someone tried to share a story with me about the reason why they call her Iya Aja, but I wasn't calm enough to listen. So after a while, like 10 years later, they told me the story that she mocked someone who lost her child, and the woman caused her that she won't have her own child. Why they were calling her the Aja was after giving birth to so many child, which I tried to explain with the drawings, and this is the mother and the different child she had so many times. And at some point, someone told her, when you are pregnant again, don't address yourself like you are having a child. Just tell yourself you are giving birth to a dog. So everybody started calling her Iaja, like she's going to give birth to a dog. But we all know that she's giving birth to a human. But just for the cause to be wiped out, then to pass, then they kept calling her Iaja, Iaja until she gave birth to the baby. It was a boy. They kept calling her Iaja till date. Well, what I would say is, in whatever you do, because I was ignorant then by mocking her with the name Iaja. But please, love is not a spoken word, it is an action word. Peace out.
Let's go. Celeste Master. Celeste.
Empire housemates, bounty.
Bounty.
Bounty. Bounty. B-O-U-N-T-Y.
Oh.
Bounty.
Hi everyone, Empire housemates.
Empire world.
About your world.
Empire housemates.
So I'm going to be saying a story, or let me say talking about a story on this piece of art by Desaya Damtra. It's a mixed media on a canvas. So I used to contemplating about civilization in Nigeria. Civilization has done more good than harm to me. Looking at this beautiful piece of art by Desaya, it's flashing back to when you have to go kilometers to fetch water. Some move faster than expectation with strength, and some see it as time for them to sit and have a good time with their friends. Sometimes the good time ends up being a sad moment through the stories they share with themselves. In the picture, I can see 4 beautiful ladies looking up stressed and unhappy. Well, your happiness can be based on the stress, the story they shared with themselves, or the trauma they can't tell anyone about. Fast forward to now, 80% you don't have to go too far to get water, and you don't have to make the stream or well side a meeting point. 95% of us have our mobile phones to communicate. We can always create beautiful moments as our comfort zones. Life in the days of no civilization is beautiful, but trust me, exposure is the king and queen makers. And positive use of power in Nigeria is civilization. Thank you.
Thank you.
Greetings everyone, my name is Ukebo Merit Chidema, also known as Chidema in the house, aka Asama. Okay, this is my point of view on the artwork of Dimpa by George Edozie. So that was actually created in 1972 in the section of faith. So as an Igbo indigenous actually, I was particular about the monk called Dimpa. And the question that came from Mr. Charles when he was trying to explain to us what that act represents and what it means, he asked, and I quote, what do we think Dimpa is? Like, he threw the question generally, and we're answering from the background, and someone said it's called masquerade, someone said Mo and all that. But Mo actually represents to me spirits. And he said, yes, that's the right word, it's spirit. So the masquerade name came from actually looking at how it appears physically, and they tag it masquerade because sometimes it's just like always rowdy. But in Igbo land, some of these things you call masquerade are resurrected, they are generated, they are being invoked. They are not mostly like physically the way you see it. So the spirit is actually what it means. So for the fact that we call it masquerade, masquerade is not even close to what it actually means. It doesn't have any significant meaning to what that particular act represents. So with that, someone else mentioned exactly what it means, Dimpa represents to me, I mean spirit. This actually brought me to the saying that said, knowledge is power, and anything you don't know is bigger than you. Now to further explain why I said this, many people have only understand so many of our spirit images as only masquerade, which comes from the physical look of it, and as such have abused or belittled what it actually represents without knowing the repercussion. This actually as well causes them harm, whether they understand it, know it or not. And this actually happens in an everyday life in society, whereby we neglect or belittle our faith, power and truth because of ignorance or misinformation. And as such, and has hindered our progress, and as such, we can't be more productive, understanding, and have ability to cause change and impact effectively in our society, even in the present.
Your time is up. Please go ahead. Please.
Empire housemates.
Impact your world.
Impact your world. Good day, sir. My name is Geraldine Obi, aka G Sexy.
G Sexy.
Yes. I was inspired by the Ballet Boss and the Beast of Power 2019 by Tony and so forth. So I wrote this little piece based on that. When I was a child, my mother once told me that I would become a future leader of this great nation, Nigeria. So with so much enthusiasm, passion, I began to walk in the path of a true Nigeria. I said, walk the journey of life. The journey began to grow thin. The passion diminished. I was torn apart by the hardship of our people. I realized everyone saying it go better someday, trying to console themselves. The great path, the level past of our heroes, the level of our heroes' past are now in vain because of the abuse of power. So I saw many of our intelligent youths leaving the shores of the country, trying to search for greener pastures where we have a beautiful country. The leadership that was meant to be for the young are now occupied by our grandfathers. And I asked myself, where is Nigeria heading to? Where is the pride of Africa? Where is the giant of Africa? I saw corruptions, scoundrels, thieves, hoodlums in a broad daylight. But guess what? When I saw the darkness, I saw an equal, a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. I saw hope. We will arise and take back our country and make it the best planet on earth. We will arise and take back our country from the gangsters and call some of our leaders, because we are Nigeria. A country filled with great men and women. A country blessed with natural resources. A country known as to the whole world as a giant of Africa. We will arise and make this country a blessed country, because we are conquerors. Thank you.
My housemates. Good afternoon, judges. My name is Mighty Mike. All right. I want to talk about a frame titled Praying by Kota. I look at the frame. I saw a lady kneeling, having her two hands closed, while her mouth was open. On the other side, I saw others standing. This art tells me about different ways to communicate to God. The frame relates to me is not the manner or energy you put while praying. Prayer has to do with faith. The society we live today, some people believe for you to communicate with God, you must pray or practice it in their own way. And I quote to you, prayer that has to do with faith. It doesn't matter the way you proceed, the way you act. What matters is that your heart, you have faith. Prayers are answered through different ways. Thank you.
Back to your word. Good evening, judges. My name is Sarah Sweet.
Sarah Sweet.
Yes. I want to speak on an artwork I saw in the hallway by Benju Alatishe in 1975. It talks about a young girl marriage. And I want to pick from something that happened in 2010 when a 9-year-old was married, got married to a 60-something years old man. And I look at the mirror and I said to myself, this is a girl child. Because there was nobody to protect her. This was the reason she's being pushed out there to be married to a man twice her father's age. But if she was protected by the people that she calls father and mother, I'm very sure a man of that age will not be marrying a girl's child. Then again, I took it to the religion, to faith. Their religion doesn't frown at it, but my own religion frowns at it because I'm a Christian. Then I came back to protection, and I want to speak on that. If you have a girl child, do not rule her out because you think you don't have anything to offer. A girl child has everything to offer. A girl child has every positive thing to bring to the table. I'm a girl child. If I was wrote off by my family, I am very sure that the good things I do in my community today will not be done by me. So please, this is me appealing to Nigeria and this nation to please protect the girl child. Do not write them off because they are female or they are a girl child. Protect them, they need our protection. If you are a father out there, do not sell your child out because of money. If you are a mother out there, try to let your voice be heard. Speak out for that child. I know your voice will not come out because we live in a world that is governed by, powered by men, but still speak. One day, somebody out there will hear your voice and will say, indeed, this child, a girl child, needs to be protected. So please, this is me saying, if a child is not ready or ripe for marriage, should not be put out there to be a man.
Diamond. Empire Housemates. Okay. I was inspired by two plays, particularly Peju Alatishe 2000, the 9-year-old bride, and that was 2010. Okay, I saw that as poverty. I saw that as poverty and lack of knowledge. Because I don't understand what a 9-year-old child is going to do in a marriage. If the parents were wealthy, if the country did not leave us in a situation where anybody can go around and do what they want to do, sometimes sell their children for sex worker and all, then child trafficking. Sometimes these parents go as far as giving their children away to someone to go and work abroad without knowing what the child is going to do there and end up doing prostitution and all. So I see that as lack of knowledge, which talks about knowledge and poverty in the society. And then the second one is the one that the carriage and the carrier, that was 2006. That image, seeing that section for women, I saw the man, and I don't know, the image carrying lots of load behind and on the head. That got to me particularly because I saw it as a reflection of me, which is the mirror, talking about me, myself, what I have to go through, being a single mother in society without the help of a father, carrying this child. If you don't look after this child, which leaves me at the point of being, where to go, the image that talks about Godfather and all. If I don't carry this child, I don't give this child a good life, he could turn out to be a lunatic on the street, causing nuisance. They will not use him for Boko Haram and all because he's not looked after and not given the love he deserves. That goes around to the less privileged out there, the whole children entirely. A lot of time, we mothers give birth to kids and dump them on the street. Sometimes the motherless baby. Sometimes we don't even know where they are whereabouts. We don't care. Which leaves the street on the street, carrying plates to beg for money without giving them the actual love they need. We leave these kids on the road, living our lives, going after like we don't care, like we don't owe anybody anything. No, you lie.
Your time is up.
Oh, thank you.
Diamond.
Empire Housemates. Impact your world. My name is Baba Rampelu, popularly known as Really Tycoon. Yes. Okay. So I'm more connected to art by Babatuni Kesa. What the drawing portrays. Fierce in his looks, but soft-hearted. Mighty in his appearance, but calm in his face. Held tears back, but still holding on. He couldn't give up because people depended on him. They call him superior, but he's broken. It looked easy, but that's what people needed to see. He couldn't give up because people depended on him to survive. But what would he gain at the end if he dies? Surrounded by flowers, but couldn't get a stem. Would it be fair to give him flowers at his grave? Thank you.
My name is Jules
Joe.
Yes.
Sorry. Don't be vexed and annoyed. Tycoon, which art piece did you speak about?
As by Baba's Neke, sir.
Okay, the massive guy. I just needed to. Thank you very much.
Okay, so I have like 4, but I'll just pick 2. The first one that spoke to me is the headline when I saw the woman with a crying child and her son behind. This reminded me of teenage age, the 2001 Just Crisis, where something that started as intertribal or ethnic crisis grew into religious crisis. And then you can see the hunger for power, the quest for fame, and the ignorant people that are used to carry out this act. You see a pregnant woman being dissected. This is sheer wickedness. They open up a pregnant woman, leave the child there and leave her, and you see how they cut people and roast the meat and they eat them, like they probably eat them. Now that's something that it's not leaving me anytime in this life. As a teenager, that's traumatizing. And this calls for like everything to think that there's an unending quest and pursuit of power. It's not ending. Politicians are not resting anytime soon. I won't be able to say much on that. Now I go to the Iwakwa, where we have the Egu Ogodo. That is precisely where I come from. Ezigwe in Imo State is known for Iwakwa. Now this is a beautiful ceremony, gathering of youth. It's an initiation into manhood. This happens every 3 years, some places around my area 4 or 5 years, where you see them, they come from far and near with families to celebrate. They dance from their homes to the market square, where there are deities that they just come to dance around. And you know, this happens between the ages of 28 to 30, where you are initiated into manhood. Now that brings togetherness, unity, and awareness for the boy child to know that, yes, you are a man. Welcome to fatherhood. Welcome to the real life hustle. That is a beautiful ending for me. Thank you.
Hi everyone, good evening. My name is Bambi Rebecca, known as Becky B, in the house. And my poem is inspired by the art by Kote, 1999, titled Praying. I've not written a poem before, but the art has an image of a lady or a woman looking up to God with people under her. So this is what I wrote. Praying for our kids to survive, praying for our nation in a whole, praying for peace in our household, praying for kids that are not ours, troubled in our hearts but smiling still, weak in our soul but holding on to nothing, praying because all she has to do is pray. In the midst of atrocity, she prayed. Even when things are calm, she prays. Even in her deathbed, she prays. Now the question is, will this praying ever end? Praying like her life depends on it. Restless at night because she has to pray. Replaying every moment in her mind because they said prayer is the key. Praying endlessly, praying restlessly. Praying behind closed doors, praying when things fall apart. Fighting battles no one knows about, but still praying every day. Would our prayers ever be answered? Thank you!
Good afternoon, judges. My name is Misty. Empire housemates. I'm going to talk on faith and women's corner. So, speaking on faith, our African culture is actually created by spirituality. Africans are spiritual in nature, and that is something that both the Igbos, the Yorubas, and every other tribe have in common. When you turn to the faith corner, we have the masquerade, which the Igbos call Umong, that is spirit. We have the Okun Ifa, we have the Gelede headdress, and the praying portraits like Kote. which I can relate to. It all shows that spirituality is the foundation of Africa. Moving to the women's corner. Women are very good at creating magic in terms of reproduction and impacting wisdom and knowledge into their kids till they become adults. Now, the 9-year-old Bride by Pedro Alatishe inspired me a lot because I'll say she birthed magic trying to tell that story. I've never seen an artwork so real and unique at the same time, and that is something that only a woman can deliver, because we tend to put our emotions, our body, our mind, and our soul into anything that we do.
Head of house.
Empire housemates.
Back to your word.
Back to your word.
Empire housemates.
My name is Jane. So I'm going to speak a piece that inspired me is the one a woman holding a child. I was inspired by a piece with the lady holding a crying child. It's so sad to see and to know that Nigeria is a very rich country and we have so many Nigerians suffering. We wish that the country give the younger generation to rule this country as well. Maybe there will be change, and we pray and hope that the people in power make it fair for the average Nigerian to get all they deserve. Thank you.
Jane is the last person.
Yes.
Thank you very much. You give us 5 minutes to collate our response.
I mean, a lot of us here are in the arts, and if you say 1 + 1, it is 1 universally. But then arts is very argumentative, so tastes differ. So this thing is not a matter of who won or who did not. It's just a matter of taste. And in fact, so much that not all the 3 judges have the same top three. So what you are seeing is the cumulative of everything. So I just want each and every one of you to understand that you did very well. It's just a matter of okay. So what you see here is a reflection of into three.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So the second runner-up. With a total or an average score from the judges, an average score of 77 points. Wow. 77 over 100 is Jennifer. Wow. Okay. The first runner-up. First runner-up with an average score of 79 points is Viking. He resonated with everyone. Okay, and the winner of this contest, this exercise, this activity, no other person other than Angela Penn.
First, we had the tour, then we had the presentation, and then this. All right, in this, we are going to do what we call hands-on activity. Now, if you had a very, shall I say, memorable childhood like mine, there's always this desire in you to prepare a card, or a birthday card, or a greeting card, or a complimentary card, whatever, a felicitation card, whatever it is, towards someone you care about, perhaps your mom, perhaps your dad, perhaps even your teacher, and you always get all those very funny cards. But sometimes you even tear your book to do the card, and then you color it, then you say congratulations and everything. Now, I think as childish as it looks, the beautiful thing is the intention. So most times they take those cards from us, not because they are wonderful, but because they are thoughtful. And so that's what we'll explore today. Thoughtfulness. Someone said he's a marriage counselor. Yeah, and there's one beautiful thing about being a spouse, is thoughtfulness. It is very important that you're quick to know, oh, my wife needs this without she asking, or my husband needs this without him asking, or my child needs this, so that you are thoughtful way ahead of time before that happens. Now, we are not here to prepare you guys for the marital life, but that to inculcate a sense of ethics of thoughtfulness. Oh, I have this friend that is celebrating his birthday. There's a beautiful thing about handmade card that makes it more adorable and cherishable to the person more than the one bought in the market. I mean, bought in the market, someone can buy it somewhere else and still present. But that you sat down and you crafted that card, it goes a long way to the person. The person feels, wow, that's quite thoughtful of you, you know, to practically take out your time to do this. So that's what we are going to do today. Card making, okay? So we're going to explore your creative depth in using your hands. I know not all of us are exposed to card making. So I'm going to make a very simple, shall I say, demo, so that those who have never done it could do so. But I know some people whose hands I have already started suspecting are going to do wonders. Sir Roxy, I the hello, and Ezena Lagos. Yes, those that are already drawing. So the rest of you should already start counting yourself. It's either a second runner up or third runner up. Okay, no judging on this anyway. So I'm just going to give you a sample of just how you can do it. Each one of you is going to get a generic orange paper. So that means everybody's going to get a touch of orange. Beyond just that, we have a bunch of other colors here that if you feel it's going to count in your card, then you can have. But I think you get the generic orange and the white as well. Now, the first basic thing is that cards come in different form. It can be foldable, it cannot. You can just choose to do one single leaflet, but the very customary one or the traditional one is the 2-leaf, yeah? The 2-leaf card. So I just folded my orange into this form, and I'm going to give it a straight cut to make sure I achieve a straight line at the base. So there we go. Straight, right? If your hands are not as straight as mine, don't feel so bad. We'll get there. So I can now decide to make this into any form that I want. I am someone that enjoys having a peek at what is inside from the first leaf. So what do? I open the first leaf, and then I go this way, and then I go this way. So now, left to me, this is kind of practically ready. All I need to do is to start adding some very little, what I call cardy touches to make the card pop, yeah? So I get this. I know that the moment I attach this to this, sorry, I don't think it actually gets the length. It's good you work with length, so it has a visual appeal, so to say. I shouldn't. I know. It doesn't have to be specific, but then I can't help it. So you get this. You try to make sure you have, an agreeable edge, right? So I do this way, and I say, okay, I'm to cut around here. I pick it up, and this is a very, very, I cut. After cutting, I get the glue. I get my palettes, I scoop, right? I turn, I apply. It's good to make sure you apply it very even so you have a flat result. I'm just trying to make this very quick because, we are running out of time. So, but please do try to make yours way better than mine. Yes, please. Just try to.
You can.
The point I'm making. Okay? So already you see what I mean by having a peek as what is inside from the first leaf. So the first leaf is here, but you can see something inside. Now once I'm done with it, the next thing is maybe a little more design here and there in the front, and then I'm done. Okay. Yeah. Oops. Where did I get mine? Okay. I'm trying to decorate the fronts. Or rather, I think to just put you here. So I tried to make a very simple design in the front. So the next thing is just to do a very beautiful calligraphy on it. So let's say I'm writing it to my daughter. Let's say I'm writing it to Urimma. Let's say I'm writing it to Urimma, my daughter. So I will, I would say, yeah, to the dye of beauty, because that's what Urimma means, right? Dye of beauty. To the dye of beauty. Then you just go inside, you write all the lovely things you want to write on this white paper. Now, I was not careful with my calligraphy, but I'll expect you guys to at least try to be. Okay, so something like this, good. Something more than this, very good. Something way better than this, perfect. Something less than this, meh. All right, so are we good? Yes. So let's do this. So since you guys are seated in, you guys are 30. 20. Okay, so you can all sit in groups of 4. We'll help you, you know, to get yourself much better. So let's help in sharing this.
Come on, buddy. Africa, Nigeria, Lagos, are you ready for the biggest reality show? 30 contestants contesting inside the mansion for 60 million worth of prizes. Many daily tasks inside the city of Ego. Mona Lisa, are you ready for the biggest?
Hi lovelies, Vanessa here. Are you so confused on how to keep your favorite in the game? Not to worry. Empire Mansion reality TV show. The power is in your hands. Who stays and who leaves the mansion is all up to you. Every week, your favorite housemates need your vote to stay in the game. Ready to make it count? Here's how. Step 1. Go to your browser and visit www.empireafrica.com/reality. Step 2. Scroll through the list of the Empire Mansion housemates. Click on your favorite, tap vote, fill in your details, make payments, and hit submit. It's that simple. Voting opens every Monday and closes every Saturday at midnight. Don't wait. Your votes could be the one to save your favorite housemates from eviction. Support your fave, make your voice heard, and be part of the excitement. This is Empire Mansion reality TV show, impacting your world. Proudly sponsored by Golden Penny, partnering with Achieving Greatness.